Welcome. This is Crimey Queen. If you are joining us for the first time, this is the channel where we get excited about love. This is where we ignite that which dwells from within us, that which comes alive, makes us smile, makes us laugh. Hence, we say the crimson light is life. So, the crimson light is our journey to actualizing self-full love. This is where we become alive. This is where we get ignited on thoughts, ideas, um, whatever it is that just fill us with, wanting to share, wanting to be, wanting to express who we are to the fullness of our abilities, wanting us to search for knowledge and wisdom. It is just a wonderful place to be. And talking about love and wisdom and all of those things. Of course, these are occupations of the mind that we are also dealing with. So let us look at the word mind. I felt that that was so interesting that the word mind would also equal Eve, and the word mind would also equal Christ. I felt that was interesting. So let's just look at how this works because it's so delicious, really. Okay, let's look at mine. Oh, this pen is dried up. Okay, mine. As children, you say, oh, this is mine, this is mine. Of course, the word mine, we use gold mine, coal mine, um, all sorts of different mines, um, steel mines. Okay, but mine. Okay, let's look at this. Now I get excited about this 9 and this 5, as you may have known if you've watched this before. Okay, B4, and I like that, and I just go, it is the 4. I've been talking about the B, which is also 4, and now I've just wrote B4. Now, here we are. This is exactly what I mean. The M, the letter M, has that vibration, which is like the S as well. Of course, the S symbolizes the snake, which we learn is wisdom. Wasn't it the snake that in the story of Pharaoh and Moses leading the children, release my children out of bondage? That it was the film, the Ten Commandments, and of course, Moses struck his rod and it turned to a snake, and Pharaoh did the same and it turned to a snake. So we see that the snakes were the symbols of wisdom, magic. That gives me an idea. Yes, so the S is really that snake. You can imagine it's like a worm. You could see a worm going. You can't really tell exactly where that worm is going to go, even if you see it goes down a hole, but you can't say that you can see the path of the worm. No, the worm is forming its own path. And that's what happened with Eve. Of course, when Eve made that decision to eat of the fruit of good and evil, or of knowledge, whatever it was, the tree of life. I'm still not sure if it's one or two trees that were in the midst of the Garden of Eden, but however, it would be said it's two, and perhaps I'm beginning to believe it's two. One is good, one is evil, or the tree of good and evil. Okay, but we could see that perhaps really when it is said it's two, it makes sense. Here I just mentioned Moses and Pharaoh. Of course, so one would be seen as good and one would be seen as evil. And if we were to look at ourselves as representation of those snakes, which is wisdom, of course, or the battle of the two snakes, you could say. When we say the battle, one is always seeking to be recognized because we are always giving attention to one at a time, we could say. And so it would seem that there is the battle because our attention is given to one at a time, or predominantly one and not the other. we do that, okay, instead of having that balance and say, okay, you keep quiet for a little while I feed this one, and let's have the dance of life, I call it. Okay, so we're talking about the S. So we see how the S has got that function, and that's the function that is so important for us to understand. The function of the S is like the M. I have said that and I continue to say that because the M, we see how the corporate industries have used the M to capture or to mirror that which we are as well. It's like the mother's breast. It's like the breasts, for instance. Our first learning, McDonald's really done it well because, of course, with the M, this is the first thing we know. Mother, we go, that M, something is delicious. We say, isn't that lovely? There's that M that we are humming in the hymns in the church. When we say a hymn, we end on this, or we talk about God, and there's him. We use the word the M for the authoritative figure. So that M letter is always there with us. The M pronunciation, or the word has just slipped me, but that M is there. So basically, we see the M here it signifies that the four elements, the four gospels, the four which we are, the cross, the north, south, east, and west, the news. So when we are even watching the news, of course, it's in direct correspondence with that which we are being fed, because the breast, we were fed through the breast or by the breast. This is here we were fed. And so when we look at the news, which coincides with here, this, of course, 6 has that sound of the S as well. So with the news, we are also fed with news, N-E-W, which has that M. It is the M, it is the W. Let's look at. It is M, it is W, it is 3, and it is E. And we have the flower of life. Yes, right here. And so it's no wonder, even as in the word flower as well, where if a young maid or maiden or young girl was to have her virginity, the M word is also used here as well. The maid or her maid was taken, So basically, we are looking at how the effects of language has on us, and this is why we are talking about the word sacrifice. What are we able or willing to let go of in that language that can help us to understand who we truly are, or when we let go of something, what are we willing to hold on to? What are we what are we hoping to achieve, or what are we aspiring to hold on to? Because Christ, after, of course, had died and risen from the grave, as we learn, and this is the story we learn, and I am not in here about debate about the truth and whether it was false, but I am here about that story has had such fundamental impact on our makeup, and I want to understand how that story has affected or impacted my life. And so how can I use those aspects of what I have learned to better myself, or what am I prepared to let go of, and what am I prepared to have? So from this sacrifice now, I am prepared to learn that what I need to sacrifice is certain words that does not really serve me, certain conversations that no longer serve me, certain companionship that no longer serve me, certain ways of doing and being no longer serves me. So I'm willing to sacrifice them for something. Then of course we have the M, as I have said, which symbolizes that number 4, and so I am ready to carry my own cross, meaning bear the loss of those things that I am letting go of and to hold on to something that serves me better. Like being conscious of what I am doing. So, like for instance, holding on to that C vibration for C for conscious. Oh, it's also the aim. It comes under the 3, but it's being conscious of that 3, being conscious of that M, being conscious of the W, being conscious. As long as we are being conscious of the M, which of course we have the 3, the M, the W, and the E. We have, and perhaps there is more too, but let's be conscious of what we are doing, thinking, and saying, because we can't get away from it. We can't run away from it. I mean, when I look at the shape of my glasses has the M, my nostrils has the M, my upper lips have the M. There are so many M's, my breasts, my buttocks, and all of those aspects has M. What do I do? Do I detest them? No. See how I can use them to become a better person. I hope that's the same for you too. Okay, we are on this journey. We are planting new seeds. We are sharing. We are liking. So of course, this is how we do it to actualize self-full love. Stay blessed, stay bright, be a field. Okay, namaste, and spill over with love.